now it's like I feel more free. Like I shave my head, you know, and I go out and I kind of enjoy myself more. And yeah, like listen, if someone doesn't like you because you don't have hair, it says a lot about them. They value you based on how you look only. I told no one how much it bothered me because admitting it, that felt like weakness. So I laughed off the jokes, changed the subject, pretended I didn't care. But inside, I was negotiating with fear. What I used to do, right? Yeah, this is a nice. Yeah, what I used to do, right? I used to actually put this powder thing on my head, and if you look online, there's a lot of people who do that actually. So like, just so they could feel like their head is full, like they have hair on their head or whatever. So like fill out the bald spots. I used every shower, every pillow, every time I ran my hand through my hair, I felt more scalp than strands. That clock kept ticking. And then there's social media. The perfect fades, the untouched hairlines, the guy who seemed to beat time itself. And you start to believe this lie that your worth lives in your hairline. But here's the truth. Your worth never lived there to begin with. You just forgot who you are. And then I think I called my sister and I told her, I'm like, hey, you know, I want to do this thing, whatever, whatever. She's like, yeah, the kids are getting a haircut, like my nephews, Jaden and Christian. And it kind of encouraged me to go and do it as well. So not get a haircut, but like get bald. So, because they were already there. Because they were going, I think they were going on a trip or something like that. But, so I went, and then I was like, man, like, I basically drove like an hour to go do it. It was a Tuesday. And then I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't know if it's right. But then after I talked to my sister, and then she's like, we're going or whatever. And then me and her talked. And then I was like, you know, I want to do it. I'm going to just do it. And then you feel like in that certain space or a certain mindset where you just want to just do something. And just like, nothing's stopping me from doing this. I'm just going to do it. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it other than my sister. And then I went and I did it. And then we went to get Korean grill. And then I went home and then I'm like, and then I think I met up with my mom after. And I I took off my hat and then I showed my mom. She's like, oh, it looks good. I was like, yeah, like it does actually suit me. Like I'm happy that like I did it. You know, I took the kind of the decision and I did it with conviction. I was like, you know, I told the barber, let it go, all of it. And he did. That sound, that wasn't just hair hitting the floor. It was insecurity, ego. It was a decade of self-doubt getting buzzed off. And when it was over, I looked in the mirror and I finally saw myself. Not the edited version, not the one I'd been trying to protect or even hide, just me, unfiltered, unapologetic, and free. Before, like throughout the whole like 2-3 years where I was like, I don't know if I want to do it, I might go to Turkey and do this, do that. I was like, you know what? Like, there are more important things to focus on other than like having your hair look perfect. Just got rid of it, you know? It's one less thing to worry about. There's more important things to worry about, honestly. It wasn't all smooth after that. People noticed. Some said, you look tough now. Others asked, why'd you do it? A few made jokes. But the biggest shift, it wasn't how they saw me. It was how I saw me. There was a peace I didn't expect. I felt lighter, more present, less obsessed with how I looked, more focused on how I felt. Confidence isn't loud. It's quiet, it's calm, it's walking to the room without needing permission because you already gave it to yourself. And I'm not alone in this. Jeff Bezos, Michael Jordan, Vin Diesel, Common, Stanley Tucci, Sir Patrick Stewart, Pitbull. These men didn't just settle for ball, they claimed it. They didn't ask for validation. They walked into the world with certainty because they knew exactly who they were. They reminded me, you don't need hair to have presence. You don't need a full head to live a full life. Now it's like I feel more free. Like I shave my head, you know, and I go out and I kind of enjoy myself more. And yeah, like listen, if someone doesn't like you because you don't have hair, it says a lot about them. They value you based on how you look only. I find actually comfort in that I'm bald, and then I will go into the world, into the universe, and then I see how people treat people based on how they look, right? I find comfort in that because I know that certain people are not meant to be in your life. And when you actually kind of see that side of things, you see, hey, you know what, like release them with love and respect or whatever. And then, hey, like if that's their choice to live in that light or live in that darkness, if you want to say it that way, then that's okay, you know, like that's their choice, right? Everybody has a choice to live how they want to live. And I love that too, because it kind of encourages you to live your own life without worrying what other people think of you, right? And let's not forget, this isn't new. In ancient Egypt, priests shaved their heads as a symbol of purity, clean, sacred. Buddhist monks still do it to release ego, to say, I am not my image, I am my essence. Even Christian monks practice Tantra to show humility and devotion. So maybe going bald isn't loss. Maybe it's liberation. Maybe it's a shedding, a spiritual reset, a return. Because when you let go of what the world says you should be, you finally discover who you really are. If you're watching this and you're struggling, hiding under hats, zooming in on every photo, avoiding mirrors, you are not alone. You're not broken, and you're not less of a man. What's falling away isn't your value, it's your mask. And underneath it is strength, it's clarity, it's peace. So take a deep breath, let go, and step in. Because you weren't built to shrink.